Hey guys, I want to welcome you back to the Sensu Pop channel. Today we will be taking a look at the new Towa Premium Deck that has just been reviewed a couple of hours ago. A big shout out and thank you to Bandai for sending me all these images to be used in this video. The reason is that of course we can use whatever is available in the Dragon Ball card game website, but I really think that we have to do this video justice. We have to do the artist justice. Take a look at all these images that is in this video right now. This is how the deck looks like. I really think that we need to do this video together with the artwork and the analysis together with the artwork, so that you know, I think that's just the best way. It makes me happy. I think it will make you happy. Let's appreciate the artwork itself. They look really amazing. So once again, a big shout out to Bandai for sending me over the images so that I can use them in this video. Alright, great. But so the first question that we are going to be taking a look at this Towa Premium Deck is this. Ultimate Deck is this. Should you buy it? The answer is yes, you should buy it. Mainly because there are several reprints that is so good for the game, and right now it is so expensive at the market price at the current time of this recording, right? So let's take a look at these two cards. This card itself, it's $11 at the point of this recording, and this card itself, it is $27 at the point of recording. Of course, the prices are gonna drop by the time this product is launched. It is already dropping now, I can imagine. However, I would like to remind you, it is not just about the price. The reason is that the card itself, why they are so expensive, is because they were good in the first place, and they are gonna be included 2 of each in the deck if you buy it. So if you want to play set, get 2 Ultimate Deck. I will be doing it myself, not because I don't have the cards. I do have the cards, but you know, I want a playset of all these cards. I know, and of course you have Topo, right? Topo prices have dropped quite a lot, but I really want it. Alright, so that answers your question. If that is all you have, it's just if that is all the time you have, should you buy it? Yes, you go buy it, and because of this reprint. Alright, okay, so let's take a look at the deck itself. Towa, the leader, it's really good. It's actually very generic in the sense that, okay, you treat Dark Broly or any non-black battle cards with Xeno in its name, and they don't have specified cost, and they cost 1 less. Yeah, and when this card attacks, you get to choose 1 card from your life, add it into hands, and then you draw a card. So card draw, pretty good right off the bat. Awakens ability, 4 or less life, draw 1, switch 1 of your energy. I would say that that is the best way to untap, to awaken, which is draw 1, untap 1. That's my favorite. You could say that untap, draw 2 is also really good, yes, but untap 2 is also really good, but let's put it in the middle. Untap 1, draw 1. I like it. So when she awakens, Towa and Mechikabura, Dark Conjurers, right? So permanent, it's the same. So all your Dark Broly or your Xeno cards, non-black Xeno cards, has no specified cost, and it costs 1 less. And when this card attacks, you get to draw 1 card, and it gets 5k power for the battle. Not for the turn. For the battle, it's good enough. It's really valuable. And if one of your Dark Broly or non-black battle card with Xeno, so that's the theme that's running there, it's taken out by your opponent's skill, you get to draw a card. Good, really good, because additional card draw, it's always really good. And then if it puts it at a disadvantage because some of the cards has been taken out by your opponent's skill, not your own skill, your opponent's skill, it doesn't include KO, you get to draw a card. I would like it. Good right off the bat. Now, this deck is divided into, what I see here is divided up into 2 sections. The first section is defensive, and the other section is offensive. So let's take a look at your offensive, defensive option here. Janemba, the Shadow Warrior, 2 costs. However, because you are playing with the Towa leader, this is 1 cost itself. Negate the attack, then play this card. So you have a 15k that could swing the next turn, because when he is being played, his effect is over. He's a 1 cost negate, and if you negate a leader's attack skill, if you use the negate on a leader attack, so when the leader attacks, you negate it, your opponent cannot attack your leader cards for the turn. So it basically just finished the thing. They could go for your other cards, yeah sure, they can go for your unison, yeah sure, but they cannot attack your leader card anymore. So it's very, very defensive when it comes to the leader. There's so many cards that defend your leader. The other one is Majin Buu, the Shadow Warrior. This guy is a Searcher, so he is a 3 cost. When you play him, you look up the top 7 cards from the deck, you choose one Dark Broly, or any non-black battle cards with Xeno in its character's name, 9 or less, because they don't want you to choose that huge cell SCR. Then shuffle your deck. So when you play him, you get a +1, he has barrier, and once per turn, if this card is in rest mode after you swing with this 20k guy, right, for 3 costs, right, if your opponent chooses to attack your leader card, you get to choose 2 cards from your hands and then you discard. They have to choose 2 cards from their hands to discard it, just to attack. Unison card attacks your leader card, battle card, leader card to leader card. They need to choose 2 cards in their hands in rest mode. So the first thing that they have to take care of is they have to take care of him. Alright, then the next one is Lord Slug, the Shadow Warrior. 1 cost blocker, 2 costs, of course with lead Towa, it's 1 cost. But this card has a lot of value because he is a 10k blocker. But every time he blocks it, he is being removed by your in your battle area by a skill, your opponent's skill, or KO. You get to play a 9 cost Lord Slug, and this is the guy. He is a blocker. So now you kind of have 2 blockers for 2 energy, but you have a 25k on the board. And what does he do? He can evolve a Lord Slug for 2 costs, and you get to draw a card. If you want to, that can be done. And once per turn, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card or activates its blocker skill, you switch this card to active mode. That means if you're really certain that you can KO an opponent's card, you can use him to swing at your opponent's card to clear the board. He is a 25k that comes out really, really cheap, so that's great. But at the same time, if you don't do that, he is also 2 times blocker, so he can block for 2 times for 25k. And if it's removed by an opponent's skill, so if your opponent says, okay, this is a little bit too much, I want to remove it by your opponent's skill, you get to choose 1 card from your opponent's hand up to 1 of their battle cards and place them in their owner's drop area, and then you choose 1 of their unison card and remove 2 markers from it. So your opponent really wants to KO him and not, I repeat again, and not remove him by a skill, because even all of that, because it's your Towa, sorry about the nose, because your leader is Towa, you get to draw another one. So this guy has so much value. And take a look at the amazing, amazing, amazing artwork. I think he's naked though. Alright, okay, so, but you said, oh my god, Sensu Pop, this is really a lot of protection for your leader. Yes, but we have not even touched about all this negate options that is gonna be included in the deck. You have 2 times Protector of People. I don't know how many power bursts that you're gonna get. These are all valuable cards, and on top of that, they are gonna give you Topo. Basically, it literally shuts down your opponent attacks with all this. You're gonna have to play it right, to be honest, but Protector of the People is such a great card. I would just buy the deck if they just have reprints of Protector of People. I do have it already, I know, but why not? Alright, so let's take a look at the offensive option. If you read the manga, and I highly recommend you to, it's a really good one because, you know, it's very different. It's a little bit different from the animes that we are watching right now from on YouTube with the Dragon Ball Heroes. The difference is that it is a little bit more grounded on reality, like reality as in like canon. What is canon, right? So you don't have things like Grand Priest Goku, which is really out of the norm, that moves like Lopan from Big Trouble from Little China. He just floats around. It's not like that. People move normally and you don't have really out of bounds character. So I really recommend you to read it. You would know that Towa ultimate weapon was Dark Broly. And of course we have this 2 Dark Broly. Everybody, if you are playing the game, you would have known this. However, your question would be like pretty simple, right? Which is like, how are we gonna bring him out? Because our leader is not Dark Broly. I will answer the question later, but what I'm gonna show you is one of the cards that I am the most excited for in this deck. It's Dark Broly Unbridled Destruction. 7 cost 2 EX Evolve with an energy cost 2 of 6 on a Dark Broly. And this card is also treated as black. He is a red card, take note, yeah. If your opponent life it's at 3 or more, and if there is a card underneath this card, that means, you know, you kind of evolve on top of it. You kind of can only evolve. Yeah, there is one way that you can bring him out without evolving. I will show you that later. But if you're evolving on top of it, this card by 2, or you're using another card to play him, I will also show you later. This card is played, you switch it to active mode, then your opponent chooses 1 battle card each from their hands, battle area, or drop area and send them to warp. And they have to send 2, because if they don't send 2, they will take a damage. And here's the 30k. And take a look at the artwork. I think this is the most beautiful, except for this guy, right? This is the most beautiful Dark Broly card out there. I want it. I want it. I want it. Alright, and then you have, of course, the new one that is going to bring out Dark Broly. And Dark Broly Shadow Warrior, how you're going to bring him out, it's you have to pay 1 for him. He's a 50k, you could swing with him, really. And then tap 1, if your leader card is black and your opponent has 3 or more energy, add 1 up to 1, so you don't have to. Then you play 1 Dark Broly with energy 6 or 7 from your deck on top of this in active mode. So, swing with him, and then you can pick him, put it on top of him, your opponent warps 1, tap 2, play him top, and swing again. So 15k, 30k, warps 1, and 30k, and your opponent has to warp again. Okay, and on top of that, of course, now this makes sense. This card now makes sense. Tap 2, send her, and then you can play 1 Dark Broly from our deck. So you can play all these people and then evolve on top. The thing I'm trying to understand here is this, that Towa, she's not searchable. So, but your leader draws quite a bit, I would imagine. So there's a chance that you could get her. All right. So Dark Broly looks so good, card's so good, I like it. And this I all included in the deck except for this Towa. All right. Okay. Another way that you're gonna do your offensive, but this are all free play, it's the Surprise Attack Frieza. So if you manage to KO something on your opponent's board, you can play Surprise Attack Frieza for free. He is included in the deck, and then you have the Dark Parasitic Ball that you can swing 15 crit with this Dark Parasitic Ball and choose one of the Xeno, and then you play it. This guy, it's really good because you could swing for double strike, 15k double strike, but at the same time you could also activate main, put the star back into your hands, and then chooses one of your opponent's card in their hands and then discard it. You choose, not your opponent, at random, but you are the one who chooses it. Very important. Yep. Alright, so let's take a look at the non-defensive card but supporting card. Dark Shenron Tyrannical Savior. This card cannot attack, which is similar to all Shenron. He is 16k, which is very important because if your opponent tries to swing with 15, they need to combo on top of it. So blast 1. You choose 1 Dark Broly card with energy cost of 9 or less, or 1 black battle card with Xeno in its character's name, and then you place it at the bottom of your deck from your drop area or from your hands. And then if you do it by your hand, you get to draw a card. The reason is this, because there are so many interactions between the cards that you have on the field with your deck. So if you have something that you needed to be in your deck, you could use his ability just to push it in, push it in, push it in, push it in. Alright, it has 0 cost, but you have to pay 1 to at least get 1 marker. I would say that play this properly and you really get big values out of it. And if your leader card is a Towa card, for more energy, you do a -3 at the start of your main phase. You choose 3 non-battle cards with energy cost 3 or less, so you cannot play like Xeno Cell right off the bat. It's most probably all your defensive option like Boo or like Lord Slug in a character's name, or Dark Broly from your deck or hand, and then play them. So 3 Dark Brolys on the board, and then you're gonna swing 30k, 30k, 30k. Good, very, very good. And we have a 0 cost searcher that just look up to top 7. You can activate only once per turn, but you look up to top 7 and grab something, just like that. Alright, so basically that is the deck. I wish that I can do some playtesting, but if I would have playtest this video is not gonna come out on time. So this, I believe that this is somewhat in the middle, right, where I would just be able to show you the deck and show you how the deck interacts with each other, but still spend some time to talk about the mechanics of the deck, break it down so that we absorb the deck itself. Like I said, if you are, should you buy the deck? Definitely 100%. Protector of the People is a very good card. By itself. Frieza Imperial Inspiration, it's a very good card by itself. At this current moment, one card is 27, the other card it's $11, but by the time that, definitely the prices is gonna drop. But I would like to say again, the reason why they are expensive, it's because they are good in the first place, and they are gonna be included in the deck, 2 of each. They're not gonna have the same foiling, but every single card in this deck, it's gonna have the silver foiling. What is the silver foiling? Silver foiling is not a holographic foiling that we have in the expansion pack. I understand some people doesn't like it, but silver foiling, from what I understand, it is how the starter deck usually are, not the one with the gold foil, but the other one, which like I at least know one guy, which is a local player of mine, who just really prefer that. I can understand why, because they are kind of simple, but they look good at the same time. Alright, so that is all the time that we have for this video itself. I hope you like it. I'm really excited. You can hear from me. Apologize for the nose, but I just really want to get it out as soon as possible. See you guys in the next video. Alright, ciao, bye.